foodstuffs, but can't step out. You feeling stressed out, with the money that's generator. You can't go to the market, no cooking at the moment. No the man, you got your device, go inside, OJA.ng. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, what you need is OJA. OJA.
Like the popular saying, we make our food, but our food makes us. Exactly. What we make is eventually what makes up. The right amount of calories, the right amount of carbohydrate, the right amount of vitamins, nutrients that our body needs to function day in, day out. And this is how I'll be welcoming you on the show. And I'll be asking you, how do you make your food? Because some people, when we see them, we often wonder, do they ever fall sick? Is it just their body metabolism? Is it about what they eat? How do they do it? And some people, they are so fragile and so frail, you begin to wonder, don't you eat? All our dynamics, body dynamics is made up of what we eat. My name is Damilola Banire, and today on the show, tons like you know, the OJA Show, we bring to you healthy eating and healthy living because you are ultimately what you eat. And today we're going to be having a very fantastic guest in the house, but I would like you to stay with us for that part. You know, when we start the show, we start with market updates. We go to the market, we check out the market prices. The things we bought last month, are they different from the things we're buying this month? Are the prices, how are we even juggling prices? Sometimes the prices are tremendously different because you can buy something of 10,000 last month and you're buying the same thing for 4,000 this month. We also know that a lot of factors affect these market prices, and that is why we've made it paramount to bring to you consistently market prices so that you can check your budget and you can know when next you want to stock your home. Stay with us. Let's get to the market because tons will be right back.
OJA, what you need is OJA. OJA.
Welcome to the OJA.ng market update. Food prices across major markets in Nigeria are showing signs of stabilization in March. Rice, beans, and yam prices are relatively steady due to improved supply. However, pepper and garri continue to rise slightly, while tomatoes fluctuate depending on availability from the north. Experts warn that rising fuel costs may still push food prices higher in the coming weeks. Market updates.
OJA. OJA.ng. OJA.ng.
It's Joel on the bed.
You need to get foodstuffs, but can't step out. You feeling stressed out, with the money that's generator. You can't go to the market, no cooking at the moment. No the man, you got your device, go inside, OJA.ng. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, what you need is OJA. OJA.
Welcome back on the show. Is your guess as good as mine? Oh, I don't know. Because sometimes when you see market prices, you begin to wonder, are we sure we can continue eating? But how won't we eat? Because our survival is largely dependent on what we eat. And like I told you when I came on the show newly, I said we're going to be having a guest, a fantastic guest in the house. And my guest is no other than the CEO of August 2428 Nigeria Limited, which happens to be the parent company to OJA.ng that is floating the OJA Show. Welcome on the show, Mr. Olayinka Banire.
Thank you for having me.
How are you doing today?
Very well.
Oh,
and thank you for all you do all the time. I appreciate your support and passion for the business.
Thank you so much, sir. Like a lot of people have asked, the passion for OJA, how did it start? Was it something you just felt like, oh, let me add to it, or you genuinely had a passion to see people have healthy eating and good food on their table?
Number one, we need to look at what transpired before creating these tons. As I am, I'm also part of food security sustainability in Nigeria, and also part of United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. So one of the key factors is how to make life better for people, especially in agricultural produce. That made us to start August 24, 28 in 2012. And then we were supplying most of the banks. Then I was in the banking industry, and we supplied Nigerian Bureau, UAC, most of all the multinational companies. I later realized that most of these people, they now called for an action that we cannot only supply them at their kitchen alone, that we need to bring all this back to them at the various homes. That brought about OJA.ng in 2010 and 2014. 2010, we did not actually create OJA from that name OJA. We were using August 24, 28. But people were saying that August 28, 28, 24, 28 cannot be coined to use as a market or agricultural produce. That brought about when we now created a domain and website for OJA.ng. That brought about this show.
Okay, so now the passion going into food, you said you're a member of the food security and sustainability team, of course, in the country and all of that. But we have major challenges that we are still trying to grapple with as about food security and even having it first. Can you share some of these challenges that you've also faced in getting wholesome, edible food? Because I think some people will argue that even from the farm, some food they're already spoiled. Some have already passed their duration and they just still bring it and people buy it without knowing how harmful they are. So how do you source for your products, and what are the measures you take to ensure that healthy food gets to our table as retailers?
That's a fantastic question. Firstly, let's look at where the products are actually coming from. Okay. Because Lagos State, especially Mile 12 and Agboju market, are not the only major market that we take our products to. Okay. We went straight down to the north to look at the source of these products. Firstly, tomato is different variation. We have Nigerian tomatoes, we have Ghanaian tomato called UTC. These are the tomatoes that they use for mostly vegetables eating and salad. Okay. Now, the Nigerian tomatoes are just long one, they call it Hausa tomatoes. These are just grinding tomatoes. But the major challenge that we are having in distribution and getting the food and right sources to Lagos is logistic problem. I could remember 7 years ago when we took a fact-finding mission to the north to go and buy tomato. A basket of tomato in the north at that period was just 3,500. We bought rope, we bought basket, everything all rounded together was less than 8,200. Can you believe that from that north to Lagos, we spent close to 2.3, 2.5 million to transport those items to Lagos. Wow. So being a grassroots owners of the business, I have to go through that process to understand what are the major issues that we're having. The same applicable to Harris potato in Jos. Capsicum red, capsicum yellow, and green. They were very cheap then. Even now, they are still very cheap. But the only issue we're having is just that logistics and payment of all necessary bills on the road to get to the destination. But then, before you can look at all these issues, you need to look at the plantation of those items. Okay. Are they doing it rightly when it comes to plantation? Who are the people involved? And what kind of seed are they planting? Those are the things that we need to find out. And in that, we also look at what are the mentality used in planting this? Are you planting these items at the right season or not? So those are the issues that we also need to look at.
Okay, being somebody who is we can call you a direct producer because you work with farms, so you get it direct from the farms.
Yes.
How have you tried to engage the farmers in all of these deficits that we see? Sometimes we buy food from the market and people are saying, maybe it's overripe or it doesn't even have taste because of probably the choices of fertilizers used and all of that. So how do you get to these locals, to the farmers? How do you enlighten and sensitize them on what to use, the right amount, proportion, before it even gets to we, the end users?
Yes, one of the key areas that we put in place is first to partner with government. Okay. We have a relationship with Ministry of Agriculture, Lagos State. We have a relationship with Ministry of Agriculture, Ogun State, and Federal Ministry of Agriculture. In Nigeria, there's a limit you can do to government intervention. The only thing you can do is to ensure that you use a moral persuasion, and we call it moral persuasion to all these farmers, by guiding them, because they also have issues of gap of knowledge. And one of the key things is that if you advise a particular farmer, this is how you need to do this, they'll be telling you this is how they've been doing for years. But you'll be doing it for years, you're not actually getting actual results for us to even check what is even happening in the new generation. So we have issues with communication, and we need to also get involved with those people with the language that can speak to them, the language they can hear from us, and we now partner how we can make it better. Another thing we put in place is to ensure that we cater for the health of the farmers. If the farmers are not healthy, what they are producing will not be healthy. Because farm produce is a thing of passion and is a thing of body. If your body is not even involved in your farm, you'll not be able to sustain the farming or whatever you want to produce at the farm. At the same time, we're also looking at the mechanical factor of what they have seen, what they have learned. In collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, giving food, we have different kind of food. So they need to tell us who are these people that want to give high class of food for the dignitaries, for the high profile people. Okay. Because they will tell you that these are items for this set of people, these are the items for this set of people. But for our own advocacy, we always say that food is food, health is health. Everyone needs to eat the same thing because we are buying from the same market.
Okay, I was going to ask if there actually should be classification when it comes to food, because both old, young, middle class, the elite, we all eat and we all deserve to eat good food. We're going to take a break, and when we get back, my guest is still here with us, and we're still going to be talking about the challenges and how we can solve the problem at hand. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
OJA, what you need is OJA. OJA.
Welcome back on the show. It is Tons, the OJA Nigeria show. If you're just joining us, please find a comfortable place to sit, because we're talking about your wellness, your health being, sometimes people think when I have a headache, it's about taking drugs. Sometimes it is not about taking drugs. It is your body telling you that you are not feeding it the required amount of nutrients it needs to function. And this is why Tons has come alive. On the show today, we have no other than the CEO of August 2428, who happens to be the parent company of OJA.ng and the executive producers of the OJA Nigeria show, Tons, Olayinka Banire. Welcome again.
Thank you.
We're talking about, you've shared with us the challenges of not getting our products on time, which some of it borders on logistics, on security and other things. Now let's go into Tons, the OJA Nigeria show that you have created. I want to take a sneak peek into what you thought about why this show is alive today.
The show is very unique and is also a phenomenon. And I also want to appreciate my sister that quickly keyed into the vision of the show. Tons is the last product of OJA.ng. And August 2428 Nigeria Limited, like you said, parent company. We have different products in August 2428, other OJA Nigerian show. We need to look at how we created all these businesses around the Tons. Okay. Before now, we don't want to be like a versatile or general Instagram, Twitter, Facebook seller. We created products so that Nigerian and Africa, they can have something tangible to do with what we're actually selling. We have 10 quality products. Number one is our bulk purchase plan. Our bulk purchase plan is meant for those companies that's actually quoted on the stock exchange. And most of the 5 stars hotels, 4 stars hotels, 3 stars hotels, and high profile restaurants. They buy from us, especially we have Eco Hotels, we have Marriott, we have Continental Lagos and Abuja, we have Federal Palace, we have Sheraton, we have Deborah. Name any five-star hotel in Nigeria. OJA we are servicing them. Number two is, and mostly, all these, we categorize them on the corporate vendors.
Okay.
Corporate vendors also mean that they are under our facility, credit facility platform. We give them 45 days credit for them to at least have our products. And mostly, we deliver every day. Number two is our beneficiary package. Most of people call it palliative, but we don't call it palliative because it's a tangible food. We don't do anything unnecessary to the less privileged because it's meant for the widows, the widowers, the orphanage homes, the grandparents, pensioners, that people want to use it as a gifting to them. And that is the only product that we normally do free delivery to the beneficiary.
Okay. So
that's number two. Number three, we have workers plan. Our workers plan is also on credit facility. These are majorly for kinds of people that are working in a major and well and high profile companies, like those also quoted on the stock exchange, federal government staff on the level 14 and above, Lagos State and State on level 14 and above. We give them all kind of food from the beginning of the month to the end. They will only pay against salaries.
Okay.
That's our, people call it food loan. We are the only one, at least 99% of people are doing cash loan, funding loan, but this is only food loan that we have in Nigeria. Okay. We give you. And not only that, we are aware of perishables. Perishable can be supplied to you every week, like 4 times in a week. But those tangible goods like
in a month.
In a month. Then 4 times it can be every day.
Oh, okay.
Yes, because it's perishable.
Oh, okay.
There are some people that they cannot use the all day perishable to treat the next day.
Okay.
A hotel is everyday perishables.
Wow.
They don't stock.
Okay.
So the tomato will be directly from the market to the receiving bay every day, Monday to Saturday.
Okay.
And that is for worker. So all those things put together, we now tell you that if you need proteins, we can be supplying proteins every day, or twice or 3 times in a week. But rice, beans, gari, that one can stay very longer than those perishables. Okay. That's our workers plan. And we have OJA rice. OJA rice is not limited to Eco rice. It's not limited to Bull rice. It's not limited to Mama Gold rice. It's any kind of rice. We'll give you a discounted value for to have quality rice, not ordinary. But mostly, we don't do foreign rice. We do Nigeria and local rice.
Okay. So next.
We have food baskets. Food baskets are food lovers. We have some customers that they take fruit every day. We supply them because fruits are the major part of what make vitamin in our 6 classes of food.
Okay.
And we have bulk breakers.
Okay.
Our bulk breakers is bringing quality tomatoes, quality perishable from the north in a large form. Maybe basket of tomatoes, maybe 650, 1,003 basket of tomatoes. So we bring it to the open market. 50% will go to our own company, while 50% will be sold on the open market. That's what we call it bulk breakers. So that one is more cheaper. That we don't go through any third party. It's directly from OJA to you.
To you. Okay. So
we have the diaspora too.
Okay.
Our diaspora product is what we just brought to light. It's just like people also call it exportation. But because we don't want to be using just individuals from different countries, so we partner with major embassies. We have relationship with US Embassy Commercial, we have relationship with Dubai, we have relationship with Canadians, we have relationship with UK Council. What we normally do is to have relationship with them, so they will be the one to introduce people to us in the various countries without falling to wrong hand in that country.
Okay, so I want to say thank you very much because we've been able to go over 7 of your products, and you mentioned that you have 10 products, but the remaining 3, I would like our viewers to join us. Go to our social media platform, OJA.ng. Check us on Facebook. We're on X, formerly known as Twitter. We're on Instagram. You can even Google search us. We're everywhere. So, Tons, we want to say thank you for coming as the brain behind the OJA Nigeria show. Olayinka Banire is our executive producer at Tons here.
And it's at the same time to Tons Wrap It Up. Tons is the show to create awareness for what we are doing in August 24, 28. Tons is also to also share market analysis, what is happening in the market, because market is always volatile. So Tons is just a unique show in Africa.
Oh.
You can't see it anywhere.
Of course, unique show in Africa, that's my take-out point. You know, every time I sit here and I tell you things about your health, you should know that we are not playing. Because at the end of the day, life expectancy has dropped. So if life expectancy dropped based on the things that you and I cannot manage, how about the things you can manage, like the food that we eat? And that's why Tons is here for you. Thank you to everyone who made it a time to watch this episode. Please join us on another interesting and exciting episode with another fantastic, resourceful guest. My name remains Damilola Banire. God bless you, God bless me, God bless Nigeria.
You need to get foodstuffs, but can't step out. You feeling stressed out with the money that's generated. You can't go to the markets. No cooking at the moment. No the man, you got your device. Go inside OJA.ng. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, you need OJA. OJA, what you need is OJA. OJA.